Ayo. Alright, are we ready to jump back in? So as you're discussing, considering being or not being criminals and the overall goals of the next couple of days, you do notice a figure approaching you. As you turn around, you do see Io that you've just mentioned. grabbing a chair from a table nearby, turning it around and sitting on it, where you can see the front of the chair in front of her, and she leans on it. You can now see that behind her, Galsariad follows very elegantly, just kind of gliding behind very slow while she makes fast pace at your table. Just says, criminals? No, that cannot be, right, Dee? She looks directly at you. But anyways, not why I'm here. As you kind of let's go on of the front of the chair. What did you find yesterday?
I mean, you saw
Bottom
it
of the bottle.
Bottom of the bottle. Wow.
It was wonderful. Honestly, you should give it a try. You know, just loosening up, getting wasted, partying. I didn't see you last night, by the way.
Oh no, I decided I wanted to rest. Well, Irvin was partying. If you want a party child, he's the person to go to.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Like, you won yesterday and you weren't partying. Like, that's concerning, honey.
Oh, I party with my friends.
Cause you know what friends are, right, Ayo?
And then we're partying at the other end. No, we get it.
I'm glad you do, but that's not the reason I came to speak to you. I mean, of course, we can have a chat about multiple ends of Chigo.
Don't worry, next time you can join us, really. That's if you need someone to party, like, I'm all in for that, so don't worry. Really.
See, speaking about joining, right? Well, so where are you going now? Let's start with that. I'm not gonna pretend I didn't over here because I did over here. Well, actually not me, but I know stuff, right? So
at what point did any of this become your business?
Oh, any adventure is my business.
I respectfully disagree.
Can we cut this whole thing? What do you want, Ayo? Like, do you want to?
I love that. Right. So you found. Let me tell you what I think. I think that you have stumbled upon something big yesterday, but it was your find, so I didn't want to take it away from you, right? Gave back the jewel and whatever. But I think it's big. And since you're going to Kazakhstan or whatever, I figured there's strength in numbers, and we could accompany you on your way there. Make sure you're safe and stuff. And also be a part of the adventure.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Listen, I think I wouldn't presume to speak for the rest of my party here, but we have already made arrangements and plans to ensure our safety with our upcoming journey, whatever that may be.
The criminal part? Or was it a different arrangement?
I'm sorry, we cannot speak about it. It's very, exclusive, so, I'm sorry, we just don't have any more room.
It sounds like there is plenty for you to gain by journeying with us, and honestly, not so much for us to gain by accepting that. I'm open to an honest discussion on what we'd get by having you there. Frankly, I'd be open to accepting your offer so long as you're not part of the group that comes with us. The rest of your friends can come.
Roll me a deception first, for that we have made arrangements.
we've made plans, not arrangements. Like,
Oh, okay. I heard other arrangements. That is perfectly fine.
Can I assist
I
with
mean, like
that?
we're planning in the sense of we're thinking about going with a trade caravan to get safety.
Okay.
That's where I was
Okay.
going with that.
That's fair. That's fair. Roll me a general charisma check then.
Okay.
I'm vibe checking you. Let's perform a D vibe check. All right. All right.
When it comes to D, I can roll well apparently. Just nothing else.
Shin's back in ashes. Well, frankly, I think you'd gain quite a bit. We're skilled in combat, as some of you can tell. We're fast to making decisions. And I'm not here to plead to join you. Worst case scenario, I'll just meet you wherever you go. Because when it comes to adventuring, this is just the thing I'm looking for.
So you're planning on following us if we don't accept?
Didn't say that.
Well, you said you'd meet us wherever we go.
See, I have a feeling that we'll meet again. One way or the other. I'm not planning to take any of your stuff. It was a good competition we had. And there is no way my party's going without me.
Well, it's interesting that you're presuming to speak for them.
Well, she's not wrong. She's our leader too, says the Galsariad that is standing behind Io, the drow mage, it would seem.
You chose for her to be your leader?
Of course.
Why?
And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay.
Io turns to you guys as you stop conversing with her. You can still roll insight check on her. Did you roll for 14? Was it yours?
I rolled a 14.
Okay, cool. I'll get that. I'll get back to you. Says, well then, if you had decided that you do not want to strengthen the group by traveling with us, that is perfectly fine. If you change your mind,
Look, I'm not speaking for my
you'll
party
find it.
here, unlike some people. I'm just, and I'll turn to the group at this point. I'll say, listen, I just think that she's clearly doing this to her benefit, and there's something we don't know about that she does know.
I
Do we
just
really need her?
I don't trust people who, after winning such a competition, don't drown their happiness in tequila. So, thank you very much.
That is a weird. The elf speaks to you. That is a weird criteria to judge people, but very well. What do you feel like we know some? Why do you feel like we know something and you don't? By the way, your insight checks. Both of you have a feeling that they're being, especially Aya, they're being truthful. She seems to be very curious about what you have found and longing for a grand adventure, for what you would call an experience of a lifetime.
To be honest, we could, well, taking them with us would allow us to, and Haversek direct looking at Io, keep our eye on them the whole time rather than have them like track us somewhere.
You know I'm here, right?
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
ask you to be here either, so.
Very well. Not a problem.
There's
If you wish to travel with us, just find us. We'll be around the city. And she gets up and leaves, smiling Galsariet. Galsariet gives you a nod, kind of eyes the jewel that the sky has and says,
that may
interesting.
sound crazy,
And he leaves.
as after he walks away.
Yeah.
But I think we should take them with us.
You do make a good point. They said that they'll follow us either way, so you make a good point about at least
And there's
keeping your enemies
we
close.
we have to stick to the road in wastelands you don't really merry way you walk through whatever. And well, at least Maggie seems like she could be useful, and I guess the stabby too.
They're
If
not
you
all
make
that
sure
bad.
you don't leave town.
Hmm?
What if we make
Ken?
sure they don't leave town? You
What
know,
what is meant by that?
be
You mean
multiple
kill them?
things. No, that would be immoral.
Oh,
But maybe if they were busy doing something else, like clawing their way out of through a door that's locked.
I mean, okay, guys, I know we don't like Io because she's a bitch. And
she
she
just
is a
gives off
bitch.
weird vibes.
Yes,
But as far as we have known for now, she is not the one that stabbed one of us.
that is true. She could easily have,
She
you
Yeah,
know,
she
did
just
stab
left
me
you for
after
dead
I stabbed
with
her.
this part.
that's
So in that
so
sense, we're
something
even.
did happen in the
So
cave, is what you're telling me, D.
Listen,
yes, I
certain people got
listen.
stabbed, other people stabbed back, then somebody got stabbed as a third unintended party and nearly died, and
What
you know,
happened?
So
that's.
actually,
Cave?
they've stabbed more, so they're more at fault than me, is what I'm hearing.
I have an idea. Guys, I think we should invite them over here, have a beautiful night of drinking, get them drunk as fuck, and make them spill all of their secrets and why they actually want to join us.
This kind of just sounds like an excuse to do more drinking.
I don't think I
Shush,
can
you have
handle it anymore.
fun. Please.
I mean, it would be easier to probably do that on the road.
I don't know if we
Oh,
should
we
be
could bring
drinking on
booze
the
along on
road.
the road.
You are kind of stuck with people for 2 weeks, and after a week they go crazy enough to start talking about things like family and shit.
Exactly.
So you know.
Is is Maggie here
Uh,
too, or is it only
I think
AO?
it was just the two of them, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think there was just the two of them. Unless somebody's like hanging on the rooftop. Are you there, Stabby? And I'm looking for Ivan. If he's like, you know, between the like the ceiling boards, knife in his mouth.
A perception check, like the kind of roof check.
He listen. He stabbed me. Okay.
You don't see
How
him. However, as you look up, you know one of the ceiling boards creaks, uh, menacingly.
Told you. He's there.
I honestly, as much as it pains me to say this, I do think we should take them with us. Purely just
Yeah.
to have them in sight rather than lurking in the shadows.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
tend to agree.
As much as I hate it. And who knows, you know? It's dangerous on the road. Maybe something fortunate could happen.
You make a
This
very
is a friendly
compelling
reminder that
argument.
so far the only thing they have done is beat us.
Is
I'm
that not
pretty
reason
sure
enough?
fairly at village festival. I mean, kiddo,
Look, I'm
it is a
jesting.
reason until it isn't.
I'm still getting the hang of jokes, okay? I apologize for that. But
You're doing great.
thank you. But you have to admit, she does give off some strange feelings in the sense of I don't know, I just don't like it. Why is she trying so hard to go with us?
I think she is fame hungry and adventure hungry, and we just got chosen to be saviors of a guy locked in a medallion? Question mark? You know,
So she's trying to
like
get in on
that's
that fame.
probably. Or they also got the vision, but somehow the priest didn't catch that, and now they are scrambling to also get on the job.
They lied. They could have seen it and just lied to us.
I don't think all of them would have lied. Um, Maggie and the little guy seemed decent enough.
Yeah.
They didn't have the balls to lie.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm pretty sure we have decided they're going with us, and we'll try to figure out what is up with all of them.
But we
On
should
the road.
emphasize that they're on thin ice.
I mean, you can emphasize that, yes.
I heard that phrase once before and it sounds cool. I don't really know what it means, but they're on
Have you
thin
ever
ice.
seen ice?
No.
Lee? We gotta take you to see some ice at some point.
Is that a thing you can just
I mean,
go see?
I can make ice. You know,
Yeah, let's find some
or with my
puddles
fist
so we can
sometimes.
ice
But
it.
that's the other part. Okay, if we find like a lake, I will figure it out.
Absolutely.
That sounds fun.
Okay, before we go, we should probably buy food and stuff before we leave.
Yeah, we should get some rations.
Yeah.
And a ride too.
I think we should
Okay,
definitely get
first
a
of all-
wagon for sure. If we're not gonna go with a trade company or something, we need to get a wagon of our own. Do we have the money for
Question
that?
before. Yeah, how much money do we have as a group? Come on, people, time to pull our
Do
resources
I
together.
include the money from the bag that I technically have
Okay.
without the knowledge of Io? I was
Did
gonna
you give it
return it. No,
Exactly.
I was gonna return it just then in that conversation, but she pissed me off, so I didn't.
I'm pretty sure there's like a gold piece in there. I don't think
There
it's,
is 1 gold and 42 silver.
That's some nice money.
And
Okay.
some
More
hairpins.
than Sky
And some
has.
hairpins.
She may miss those.
Good.
Arif have some 12 gold.
Do we
He
know if
lost.
they even
He
sell
lost a
wagons
bunch
here?
pretty bad.
Or
Again?
do they just
Yeah.
rely on tortoises?
Yeah, would Arif know?
Yes. So, there are a couple of ways to
Can we buy a wagon?
What?
Can we buy a wagon?
No, with that, no.
Can we buy like a second-hand wagon? And with a few holes in it, maybe?
Arif can fix it up.
Let me tell you about how they travel there. Obviously, caravans sometimes employ wagons or travel on horseback. It is not unpopular, however, a bit more dangerous to travel on foot. Though on the other hand, some people would say that the animals to travel with will just attract more attention from unwanted forces. There's a lot of superstition about this road, but people would travel either on horseback, on foot, on moorbands, which are this giant, a mix between a mammoth and a cow, if you would may, that are incredibly hard to train. Stuff. People don't really travel to Kazakhstan on tortoises, just because they're massive, not that fast, and the road is too dangerous for them to just travel like that. About buying, let me pull out prices. Okay, D&D 5e.
How much for a wagon with horses?
Listen, we can
Okay.
Steal that
a
shit.
wagon?
Okay, so you would find a wagon for. Also, you're in a coastal town, so mostly
Yeah.
wagons are owned by caravans. There's not much selling here. You would find a wagon, a new one, for 50 gold.
We could potentially
Put it
afford
all
that.
together.
50?
50 gold, just
Yeah.
50, 50.
Oh no, that
just
might be
a wagon.
difficult.
I've got 45 gold.
What?
You have 45 gold!
And I have a
Who
bit
did
of
you
money.
rob?
None of your business who I robbed. I mean, they're not coins from here, so I don't know if they'll be accepted, but
Then there is the cost of horses, which if you were to buy a horse, it's another 50.
Ooh. We do kind
It's
of need a
outrageous.
horse to pull a wagon. At least one,
Yeah,
probably two.
If that's the price of a horse, Arup is gonna pull the wagon.
Oh,
to be honest,
I have an idea.
Yes.
So we've already agreed that we're gonna take Io and her gang in anyway. But how about we say to them, as a condition of that, they have to pay for a wagon and horses.
They have to pull the wagon. Come on.
Even better.
Yeah.
Who had a
Probably
whip? I'm just asking.
Not me.
I know somebody has a whip.
Why do we need
I
the
did
whip?
have a whip.
If they need to pull the wagon, come on, dude. Like,
I
Oh,
mean,
okay, so we can whip them, but stabbing's off the table? I see how it is.
yeah, it's just some weapons are clearly superior.
I'm gonna say it might just be the safest and most economic option to join the caravan.
Yeah, I guess we could still do that. Just because they're coming with us doesn't mean that option's off the table.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
can just be a
No.
very big caravan.
Yeah, it will be more difficult to find one for.
Does anyone have
10.
any connections to trading caravans here?
I may be able to
Non-criminal ones?
ask I may be able to ask maybe somebody. We'll see about that one, Chief.
Is that somebody a criminal?
Are they vocal about being a criminal?
that's
No.
yeah.
Would we get in trouble?
Most likely no. I think.
That's good enough for us.
That's fine. We can
fine.
work with
I
that, right?
guess we can work
Listen.
with that, yeah.
It's better than
Listen,
spending some 50 gold for a wagon with no horses.
I'll be right
We
back.
are taking it as a one-way trip with them. We are not staying for a prolonged time period, right? It's like 10 days. What's the worst that can happen, really?
Exactly, right?
Yeah, it's fine. So, first of all, I guess we're going to, I mean, it's a plan. We're going to ask the lovely caravan company if they would like to have us. We still need to buy food. For how long do you guys happen to have food?
I have 10 rations.
Same.
Same.
Nice, same. Okay, does anybody have tents or sleeping bags?
It's a great question, actually. A bedroll.
That's, yeah,
Same.
that's a
Yeah.
start.
Take it or leave it, I guess.
I mean, a bedroll is a start. I just realized Havra doesn't even have a bedroll. Jesus Christ, girl, how are you living?
Get your life together.
You don't have a bedroll?
She doesn't. I don't know what she does in her life. Listen.
We can go buy a bedroll.
Yeah, we can go. How much does a bedroll cost in D&D?
Nothing.
Not much.
So
Not
cheap.
much. 30 gold.
Gotta.
Don't scare me like that.
There's actually been a shortage of bedrolls. No, it costs a bedroll costs 1 gold piece.
Okay, so a bedroll for me, that's 1 gold piece. I think we all need at least 10 additional rations to have 20 days worth. That's like a safe, erring on the safe side. That's
you basically find a small shop that supplies all of this stuff. It's one mom and pop stop and shop store for adventurers. It's not super big. It's very cozy. There's there's like hand crochet blankets for comfy sleeping on an adventure. It's very like small town. Imagining what the adventure is, and everything they provide. It's not too big. There's not an amazingly big selection, right? And a lot of this stuff comes in very cute colors.
And I get a bedroll with dragons on it.
Well, after you spend, roll me a d100. Let's see if they have that. Well, you're actually on the good side of the d100. So after spending a while, like you see, you walk into this small shop that can barely fit all four of you standing in it. That's how small it is. Most of the stuff, is hanged and stuff. But you see hover locate bedrolls and kind of immediately dig through them. And you find like on the very, very bottom a bedroll with a dragon stitched onto it, but it's not a dragon. It's kind of like a child drawing version of a dragon, like a cute dinosaur dragon kind of vibe.
Yes.
Arif is gonna see Havra picking it out and be like, "That's cute."
It is adorable. So I'm gonna buy that, and I guess we are all buying like 10 rations, 5 rations,
10 each, I think.
10 each.
Rations would be 4 silver pieces per ration. I think,
Oh,
right?
So that's
easy.
4 silver pieces.
How
I think.
many is
4
silver per
gold.
gold?
Let me check that because I
It's
don't
10
know.
silver to
Yeah.
1 gold piece.
So
Okay.
Sky doesn't have that much.
I
No,
would
I have-
suggest Sky talks to the, because I'm certainly not putting any more money in Sky's hand.
So adorable. So great. I mean, who can cover for Sky and their 4 gold of food?
I have bought food. I have bought
I'm
the rest
immediately
myself.
going to ask, guys. Okay, would I know if mom and pop shop, does it look shady enough to have thief stools in it? Does it look like? I've seen that
Why
one.
do I even roll for it? Roll me an intelligence check, I would say.
Is it a wisdom?
Roll me a criminal check. Yeah, actually, it would be wisdom. Yeah, you're right. It would be wisdom. It's the street smarts, right? And not the
Yeah.
and be trying to figure out stuff. Yeah, roll just a pure 16. It doesn't look too shady. If it was a front for something,
Okay.
they've done a very
going-
good job hiding it. If it was, but it doesn't seem to be.
I'm going to pay the 4 gold for Sky's rations.
As you all buy so many rations, you see this older gnome lady kind of go through on her small ladder steps to put it over the counter, and then back scrambling for more from the back. And then as you buy so much, she kind of brings you a matching lunchbox for that bedroll of yours and pushes it over. Well, it's been we've you're bringing so much business to our establishment. It is just. I hope you have the best adventure. And I saw you've digged out the bedroll we once wanted to make for our daughter, but she never picked up adventuring. It's okay. So you can have the matching lunchbox as well. And I hope you have the greatest of times.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
This is
tell her
great.
to have a nice day in Gnomish.
She kind of like puts a hand over her heart. And is like, oh, bless your heart, good children. And kind of be moved by you shopping and being polite. So you can
And
purchase
knowing Gnomish.
you have a bedroll that I said it was 1 gold. A tent.
Yeah.
2-person tent would be a 2 gold a piece. So if you wanted 2 tents, that's 4 gold.
Wanna buy one a magic man, and I will buy the other one.
I'm gonna buy one for myself.
Just
Do you want
yourself?
There's an option, or
I'm also gonna need to buy a sleeping bag as well.
bedroll is 1 gold a piece, and then if you want a single person tent, that's 12 silver. 2-person tent
I'm gonna
is
get
2
a
gold.
2-person tent.
Big spending. You see the gnomish lady kind of seeing that you're buying more tents that you actually need, her eyes light up, and she kind of ties a bow on your tent and kind of passes you the package.
Okay,
So how
I'm
many
buying
tents
one
are we
tent,
getting?
and I guess Magic Man is buying the other one for 2 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic Man can buy a tent too, yes.
Wonderful.
Is there
Because
anything
And the
someone doesn't want to share a tent, but that's fine.
Who?
That's fine.
And someone's gonna sleep in everyone's tents.
Sweetheart, is there
last
anything I
thing.
can help you with? Anything more? We have tools, we have climbing kits. Well, only a few, but we do have that.
I don't need it. No.
Dee is like looking to like almost like a checklist of things that she's written down. Do you sell manacles?
I have a pair if you want to have a nice
What?
time.
A nice no, manacles like handcuffs.
I do have a pair.
I think you
I
have.
can
What
borrow
kind of
you them.
adventure you're going on, Jay?
Well, if we need to restrain someone, what? And she's looking around like, why? What's weird about this?
Aren't you
That's
going to
okay,
like kill a bear or something? Lenny,
Arif is just gonna blush at this.
I'll turn to the group like, look, Io's coming with us.
Yes, she is.
Oh, Ayo's going on the adventure too? Oh, that's amazing.
I didn't know you swung like that, Dee. That's
I mean, a 2-person tent and a pair of manacles. Listen,
That
I
is
am
pretty
not
ugly.
going to ask
Come on.
questions.
This is going completely over Dee's head, and she says,
I mean,
"Look, we know she's suspicious,
oh yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
suspicious.
Oh,
Yes.
she's so suspicious.
right? So
But
we need
I don't-
manacles."
Absolutely. I'm
just
gonna
see
borrow you
this
mine, really.
Like you should
Honestly.
just
Well, no,
like
I mean,
when you
it's
set
good
up
that
your
you're
tent, you should
you're.
get it in some secluded area, right?
I mean, it's good that you're thinking ahead, Sky. So if you've got them now, I think we're okay.
I can give
Yeah.
them to you, actually. You know, I think you're gonna need them more. You're better. You're gonna be more probable to restrain Io than me. Like, let's be honest.
Why would you restrain Ayo? She's the sweetest thing. She used to shop here quite a lot. We don't sell manacles, however. Sorry, I cannot help you.
That's okay. We've already got some at sea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why.
And Sky is gonna take out of her inventory her manacles and pass it to Dee with a wink.
Oh, thank you. I'll put it in my backpack.
Okay, I think that's it for the adventuring.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Oh, have a greatest time again. And safe travels wherever you're going.
Yeah.
And she hands you like a small bag of cookies. As you
Yeah, let's go.
Cookies. And as we are leaving, okay guys, this is the high price of asking, but just in case we somehow can pull money for this, if you spot me 20 gold, I would be able to get, and don't ask questions, a thief's tool set.
Well, I
as
have
we are like
2 gold
walking,
for this noble cause.
I am, and I'm going to assume that Arif has essentially a
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when you're adventuring, sometimes there are ancient chests that are locked in tombs. Yes.
So
That's-
it's for lock picking, like locks that's been abandoned.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Do not destroy the contents.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
that
would
makes
be a
sense.
good purchase.
Do you know where you'd get
Yeah.
them from?
Is Gigolo big enough to have like or can have pull her old muscles that she hasn't used in a while and figure out a place where one may be able to get thieves tools in this town?
I think Arif can actually make him if need be.
You
Like
dummy,
it's gonna cost gold for like the stuff, but I think he can actually craft them.
I'm not sure what ability you're referring to. It is possible. I am not aware.
It's just that I'm an artisan and crafting is apparently a thing.
Yeah, but
I
I
am
don't
not
think
sure.
you can make tools. This is a feat specific for artificers for sure. You can make stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's-
there's
Yeah.
ability where you can change a set of tools into different
Yeah.
tools or something like that.
This is for sure for what artificer has. I don't know about
Yeah,
others.
I think Aerith could try to like actually manually smith them, but I'm not sure. I don't think Aerith has ever seen it like a feast tool set in his life, so I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I mean, we have hairpins. Isn't that enough?
I mean, they break. They're annoying. Let me tell you that. Also, I don't. And Havra, you know, the scaly dragonborn. I don't. I think I used them like once. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But we have them from Io.
I don't have experience using hairpins for much of anything, actually.
That's fair. We just need to find a teeny corner of the city.
you figured that that Jigo is big enough. It's an aggregation of smaller villages, but the city of Jigo, the whole community is big enough. You like quickly calculate in your head, and it's like it has to be enough to have organized crime and like stores where you can buy stuff, right? Or at least a section of organized crime that resides somewhere here, right? At least a
A
person.
dedicated smith.
Yeah, at least a designated criminal person in the town. So you spend a bit, I would imagine, walking around town, trying to locate a what could be a criminal front. Roll me a investigation check for that. No, perception. Perception. It can be
Perception.
Yeah.
Havra does remember how to criminal. That's
How
what
to
we've
try?
learned.
It's a brief walk. You basically walk around the most densely populated area, and you spot a very casually looking bookstore. But it does have a couple of tells, like a weirdly reinforced lock, and a couple on engravings on the side of the building. They're incredibly hard to catch. And you figure out that if anything's in this small town could be it, it's probably that.
Okay, if I could get the money, kiddo, and Magic Man, I am going to assume you do not feel comfortable, so you can stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's better for Arif to stay out of this.
It's just a piece of, it's like a hammer. You can use a hammer for a lot of things, good and bad.
The equipment is not bad. It's what
yeah,
you do with the equipment that can be bad.
exactly.
I'll hand over 20 gold.
So, and I guess I shall enter the bookstore, I guess.
As you enter it alone, you now realize how well isolated it is from the outside when it comes to sound. The whole noise of the street suddenly disappears. You can see that it's not entirely weird for a bookstore, but it's weird for casual bookstores to have windows that are tinted so much you can barely see what's inside. But there's books.
Yeah.
Some books, most of them are covered in a layer of dust, except for 2 or 3 sections. And the small bell rings, and the ring populates over the quiet area. And a human man comes in from a room in a back side, visibly short of breath. Looks at you, looks up and down, says, "Well, yes. How can I help you?"
Hi.
Hello.
I am. I have happen to be going on an adventure
How amazing! Yes.
soonish, yes. And as we all know, adventure sometimes involves closed locks.
Self-help books on the left. Yes.
Yeah, I'm past the point of self-help books.
Okay.
If I could get tools.
How are you implying we sell those?
I'm just asking for directions.
No, that's not what you were doing. But if you're implying that we sell those, you would be correct. And that would be 20 gold piece. Please, I have
20.
to.
Oh shit. Okay. And I will hand him over 20 gold to get my thieves tools. Say thank you.
And you see, they're not the best quality thief tools you could get. They're pretty. You get a feeling that they were used at least once. They didn't break, but they have a couple of stuff. Are you satisfied?
Oh.
Yes?
You don't. For 20 gold there, exactly. It's a great.
I thought so.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Thank you. Bye. And he disappears
Bye.
at the counter.
I
And
will
the
get better ones in Bazuksan.
Mm.
It's a bigger city. And I'll be richer.
What is does Hera still have that spear?
yes.
Yeah, it's just a spear that glows, but it's her spear that glows.
Okay.
Meanwhile, as that was going on, you guys you just wait on the outside, I assume.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. It's a fairly pretty day. Still a lot of sun up in the sky. And as you just casually hang out in front of that bookstore, you notice. What are your passive perceptions? I know D notices. Sky Aerith.
How do you see it?
What is your
15.
perception modifier?
It's the number that's in brackets next to your perception on your character sheet.
It's +2.
So 12.
12.
Mm-hmm. It's 15. for me.
Perception and 15. Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, it's 12. Yeah.
so both Sky and D would notice, and you would notice after a while as well. You can see in the distance Maggie. A couple of blocks further, she doesn't seem like she has noticed you. You see Maggie as it's her first, as she's of a bigger posture, and next to her is Io, with a backpack, bigger one that she has not carried before, and you see her kneel in front of a smaller girl with blue skin, and saying something to her, giving a hug. And then the smaller girl runs away. And Maggie and Io start walking away from you. After a moment, Havra exits the bookstore with a very silent ding of a bell ringing behind her.
Okay. We can go.
Alright. I guess the
Fine,
last
cool.
and least enjoyable thing for us to do is to go and tell Io that she can come with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can be the one to deliver the news, D.
Alright. Can we still see them, or are they...
Farther off in the distance, but they're going pretty slow. So if you, kind of walk and
Hey!
talk.
I'll shout in that direction.
Maybe roll perceptions, I guess. You can also simply catch up, but let's see if you get a
No,
check.
they're walking to us. I'm not walking over there.
I see.
Jeez.
Okay.
They-
You see Maggie keeps walking forward, but Io stops for just a single moment. Turns around, smiles and kind of waves to you.
I tried, guys. I tried. I really did. We've got to go without them.
No, come on. And Havra will start like speed walking. You know, it's walking, but with speed.
When Io sees you walking towards her, she pats Maggie on the arm, and they both turn around and start walking towards you as well. They're gonna meet you halfway.
Aerith
Nice.
tries to keep
Fair.
up.
What?
Aerith tries to keep up with the speed walk. He is dwarf, he's slow.
She's
Yeah,
a mag.
Havra is
She goes, shoo!
Yeah. Aerith is only like 25 feet of movement, so it's...
yeah, and Havra is 40.
Yeah!
So Abra, you catch up first as you're speed walking, but the two of you, the group of you, reunites with them fairly easy, and you can see from the side Irvin joining with a big slice of meat pie in his hand. And kind of looks at it and says, "Sup?"
So we made a decision. We are going with a caravan, and I guess you guys can go with us.
We've been overjoyed to have you join us on these travels, fellow adventurers.
Some ground
shit, bro.
rules.
Ah, yes, ground rules.
Involve manacles and two-person hands. No.
There's a duty to be paid, and only one of you can do it.
We can't tell them about that.
Irvin at this point like loses any interest. He kind of said, cool, but Io looks at you kind of chuckles and says, "I'm listening."
Treasure is to be divided out at our discretion. There is no promise of any treasure to you. And frankly, I wouldn't expect any if I were you.
How about the pouch you ripped from me? Is that treasure as well? Have you distributed that already or not yet? I mean, I'm just asking if those are ground rules. I think some clarity should be expected, right?
Your pouch has not been distributed. And as a sign of good faith, I am returning it to you. And I hand it over to her.
Is it
Alright.
empty?
Empty?
Second.
Is it? Do you turn it over empty?
No, there's the gold still in there.
Okay.
The hairpins are gone.
Alright.
Second, no funny business, okay? Listen, I don't know what your deal is, right? But clearly you know we're onto something big here. And we're giving you the opportunity to join us on that. So, listen, we've seen how, you'll sometimes maybe dive for the prize first before, defending people from certain threats.
Why
That
are you
won't
talking
fly
about
here.
sharks? You didn't get over it yet. It was a competition. Sharks happen almost every year.
Look, I'm just saying, okay, what we're doing isn't a competition.
Of course.
But if it was, we would be the winners in this competition we're about to do, because we discovered this and we're letting you come along.
I see. And she kind of holds back her smile.
And lastly, you will need to pay for your own food and accommodation.
Well, we already have everything ready. We've packed.
I'll turn to the group. Should we ask them for horses? Like, should we get them to pay for horses?
No, just let's go with a caravan. Big numbers.
All of it.
And as a sign of good faith, as I showed a sign of good faith of returning your lost property to you, you need to buy horses for all of us. This is non-negotiable.
Aya just starts laughing at this. I mean, they said no funny business, but you sure as hell are funny. Oh. You can't be serious. It's not a sign of good faith. It's a shit ton of money.
Okay, you can buy us one horse.
I can buy you a beer when we get to Bazikson.
I cannot use a beer for
That
transport.
True,
the beer
but you
at
can.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. At some point, Hava is just going to like. No, not too gently, but just place a hand on Dee's shoulder and be like, "Listen, we are going with a caravan. Take it or leave it, to be honest."
Alright, fine, but I prefer wine, not beer.
Sure, a glass of wine it is.
A
Whatever
bottle.
you wish for.
Pint.
A bottle.
Bottle.
Per
A bottle of
person.
wine. Sure. In Bazikson. Or at the stop, doesn't really matter. Where should we meet you then?
Is there a place in Jiglo where the caravans like leave and arrive?
Mm, well, yes and no. And by that I mean you would expect it to be somewhere at the end of the main town, so to say. There's a couple of squares, 2, 3, where most of the caravans leave. You don't know precisely where caravans to Baziksan leave, if there are any. D, you would be familiar with the place where you got off, but it wasn't too busy. But you would roughly know where to check if anyone's prepping to leave.
I'll lead the way, everybody.
Well, are we leaving now?
Well, of course, are you not prepared?
We were born ready.
Well, that's fine then. Let's go.
And she follows you. She quickly says a couple of words to Irvin, and she briefly leaves, just to catch you a couple of blocks further with the rest of their party joining in. The biggest backpack belongs to. I definitely did not forget his name. To Dermot. I always want to say Urgot, which is not his name. The biggest backpack belongs to the smallest person, Dermot, and has the dodecahedron of Laxon kind of embroidered on the back of it. The backpack on Maggie, the backpack itself is generally small, but she's carrying all the tents for them. In Galsariat, the drow is not carrying anything. It's just there. However, they join you and travel with you. As they approach, Galsariat comes over to Io and whispers a couple of things to her, and then they walk with you.
As we're walking, I'll kind of lean over to the party and say, I think I handled that pretty well, you know? I think we established that we're the ones in control here.
Yeah, handled very well. Pay
Thanks,
for a
yeah.
horse. Yes. Yeah.
I was a bit confused when
Yeah.
she started laughing, like, I said I'm still getting the hang of jokes. Did I make a joke, or? I thought I
It
was
could
being
have
pretty
been.
serious.
It's one of those things that's pretty. It can be read as a joke. Between a joke and being serious, really, a toss up.
Okay, good. Serious is what I was going for, so.
Yeah.
Certainly didn't seem serious.
Oh.
You meander through the streets of Jiga as you're making your way to the outskirts, and you arrive at the place where you first got off, D. And there's
Sorry, go ahead.
there's not much. Nothing's much happening in here. It's not even a square. It's a couple of a bigger street with kind of a big parking space for horses, and then a wagon to leave if you needed to. There is one group currently with a small wagon and a couple of horses tending to them on this side, but out from that, there's no one there.
Do I see, by any chance, is the wagon that's there the same wagon that I journeyed with, or is it a different one?
No, it's a different one. It doesn't seem to have any emblems, and it's very general, you can see that it's been kept up in a good shape, but it doesn't really give the immediate answer up to what may be carried within.
Does it give off any criminal vibes?
Roll me a wisdom vibe check.
Okay.
I will also roll a wisdom wipe check for criminal
Wipe.
activities. Yes.
It's hard to say. However, it doesn't seem to. It doesn't. Nothing shady seems to be going on. It's just not a very popular spot, it would seem.
That's fair. It looks clean.
Okay. Yeah, it looks okay. You can see there's two people tending to horses, two half elven females, kind of cleaning them, and minding their own business.
So
As you stand
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So I was expecting to maybe see the caravan that I came here with here, but they're not here. So we could try speaking
Let's
to
start
that
with the two
wagon.
girls then. Yeah. I guess I will approach if nobody approaches.
You know, the rival party, the Io and her friends kind of hang in the back, kind of watching you. Her with her arms crossed, words, Jesus, arms crossed, and they're just watching you interact. You approach the two females that are attending. They notice you as you're close enough and continue to say, "Well, hello. Hi. How can we help you?"
Hi, we are looking for a caravan to Kazakhstan.
Oh, I see. See, we just came from there. We're here for our friend's wedding. It's we're gonna be here for a while.
Who's the friend?
Amanda? Oh, have you met her?
Did I?
Yeah.
She was the bride to be.
Of course, Amanda. She's such a sweet girl.
We'll not be returning to Kazakhstan for like 2 weeks-ish, and it's been an awful road, let me tell you that. There's not much people traveling them nowadays. It's been a bit rough.
Why's that?
Well, I don't know if you travel there, but the road is always kind of rough. But it's been worse. It's been it almost like it starts making you ill. It was like that over the past 2-3 days. We saw I saw one night the reading the moon. It's not in full, but then for a split second it felt like it flashed right to me, and the whole next day was just pain. I felt sick the whole time, and wasn't a pleasant journey. Tell you that much. There are some people traveling, but not caravans if you were hoping to get ones.
Let's do an insight check on what you just said. Like
Okay.
what's the pain thing and all that stuff.
She seems to be honest.
Okay.
You don't get any sus vibes from her.
Yeah.
Well, if I can have any advice for you on the road, is to stick to yourself and don't split the party. I guess though you're a party of many, so you won't get that problem. But there's so many dangers out there. Have you been?
No.
Many years
really.
ago.
I say. Well, either Kazakhstan or Rosanna, it's not a pleasant journey. The battlefields out of all places in Zholkhas are probably my least favorite, but well, you do for friends, right? Especially on their wedding.
Yeah, say could we borrow your wagon and horses? for like have it back to you within 2 weeks?
For all of you, it's not. First of all, it's not gonna be enough, and second of all, it's not.
Oh no, they'd be walking. I motioned
Then
to
how
the
are you?
other party.
You hear one of them chuckle a little bit. Well, I'm incredibly sorry that this is an expense we cannot afford. Well, who just met you? What if you run out with our caravan and with our two favorite horses here? We grew up with them. You know, in our community, every girl has her best friend in a horse usually,
That's
and
fair.
it's a special bond.
But Sky over here knows Amanda. I mean, you can trust us.
I wouldn't go in between a woman and her favorite horse.
Yeah, I don't know if we should be doing this. This feels like we're stealing.
No. Let's guys, we can walk.
But
We are
please
adults.
send
It's a
Amanda
simple
her-
world.
my
I
best
am
regards.
sorry, but it seems we are gonna walk anyway.
Well,
But I thank you for considering it.
just be careful, okay?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate the advice.
You know, it's just my small dwarven feet. They begin to hurt after a long walk.
I say, see, I can't speak for Bazixan, but if you ever get to Rossona, even though it's underground, they have the best shoe shops over there, okay? So even for your dwarven feet, you'll probably find something okay.
Yeah.
And my personal advice, and she kind of like takes your hand, right? My personal advice is go for the horse riding shoes. They don't look like, but they're extremely comfortable.
I see. That's good advice. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And safe journey then.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Happy wedding.
Thank you. It's not mine, right?
No, but
Yes.
it's a wedding
You
party.
can still have fun.
Kind of Amanda, it's gonna be a party of the century.
It was yesterday.
Oh man, yeah, actually, we missed it. See, the whole travel slowed us down so much we have missed the party.
Don't
Well, I
worry,
hope
I'm
she had
holding
fun.
for you guys. It's alright.
She seemed,
They
to
had
be
an
honest,
amazing evening, really.
That is so lovely.
and is the wedding like today? Because honestly, I'm kind
Oh,
of expecting
no,
her to
it's-
party.
It's next week. John hasn't got back yet.
From what I saw, I'm fully expecting Amanda to party every day leading to the wedding.
Maybe we should just stay in the city for a little bit longer.
No,
No.
Just until
Really?
I feel like I bonded greatly with Amanda, really.
really, I'm sure they have parties in Kazakhstan too.
Well, yeah, it's more of a more of a grim atmosphere there, but you can find a party here and there, after slaying a demon or so. It's not the most happiest city in the world. Unfortunately, we're losing the title for like centuries now. But
I think
it is what it is. Anyhow, we won't stop you any longer. Jesse, again, be very careful, and we hope to see you again. Maybe here. If not, we're definitely gonna party whenever we meet you again. So it's been your best drinking, you know what I mean. Anyways,
Of course,
and
it's a shot, bestie.
and she kind of gives you a warm hug, Sky, and she's like, "We're gonna tell Amanda you said hi, okay?" And
Thank you so much.
and we'll definitely mention you, and like whenever we see you again, party, okay?
Yes.
Amazing. And then kind of go back to brushing their horse's hair in the tiny little braids and generally cleaning the area.
Okay. So.
And Sky,
we're walking.
as you were close to the wagon, you can also see there are like 3 letters of an alphabet you don't recognize inscribed on the side of it.
Is it
Do
undercommon?
I recognize the script?
Yes. The D&D equivalent of Greek.
Okay.
It's a college.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I love them all.
Amazing. Is it Delta Nu?
Sorry,
I'm not saying we should drop the whole saving that guy from whatever.
Let's just mingle on a wedding.
Just yeah.
Please.
I mean, it's not
Can
that urgent, is it?
Yeah, he's locked somewhere. It's not going to get worse in a week.
Like, what's the worst thing that can happen in a week? Come on, guys. I really want to meet that John guy.
Yeah.
Then what? Listen, I'm in actual fear that he doesn't show up in time. Like, I am actually stressed that he will not show up for his own wedding.
Exactly, and we have to be there for Amanda. Even
I
though
mean,
met
I
her just
will-
yesterday.
I will, as an upstanding citizen, I will take his place if it comes to it.
What a beautiful man you are.
she was
Okay,
wearing.
guys.
Arif noticed, okay? He's like,
I think we should just like drop this whole case and go support Amanda.
Listen, we give Io the medallion. And be
And let her go on
Okay,
that
girly,
journey.
good luck.
Did I hear
No.
that you're giving me something? No, I'm kidding. You probably didn't say that actually. But, as you're standing there for a bit, I'll post up and says, "Well, walking it is.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go."
yeah. It's not-
The-
So it was
anything
15
better.
days walking, right?
Yes,
In the normal pace,
It was 12 normal,
it would
wasn't
be.
it?
Yeah.
D would estimate around 12-ish, 12 to 15 would be our expectation. Depends on delays that may or may not happen.
Okay.
And so you go together as a group of best friends on an amazing quest. All 10 of you, 9 of you, and a ring.
Yeah, the ring, yeah. Should someone wear the ring?
I have it in
I
my
mean,
pocket.
D has it.
I don't know, it feels improper to wear it. Like, what if
Yeah, okay.
What if he comes back out of the ring and chops my finger off or something? I don't know how it works.
Also, I feel like you shouldn't wear precious items in front of Io.
Why?
She hasn't done
She likes stealing shiny things. First the spear, then the medallion. Like, it's a pattern.
I mean, she didn't steal from us.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
She's
Shut up, Ao. Nobody
She,
ran on
listen.
sensual.
Anyways, I'll give you space to talk, but honestly, I prefer if you speak straight to my face. That's not the accent I had for it, doesn't matter. As it is around midday, a bit after, seconds in there, as you leave the city of Jigo. You leave crossing the the Echalian River that you had previously swam in for the competition for this with the spear. And you start making your way down towards the bark fields. You find the road fairly easily, as it is the only one that goes this way. It is made of partially stone, partially just dirt that has been kept intact in a way that the patrols and all the staffs have made sure that that the road is still viable to travel within. The sky is up in the sky. The sun is up in the sky. As you start walking, and what you can notice immediately, and you've all seen that view before, is just the endless plains, endless wastes of no life, no signs of life on them ahead of you. And it starts the first day of your journey.
As we travel, Dee is very obviously not a fan of the sun. Maybe at some point she just kind of turn and say, I don't know how you guys deal with that thing being there all the time.
He'll
I
be
think
happy.
Aerith is just gonna be like, yeah, I miss underground.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Havra is in a full-on lizard in the sun mode, like she is. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, glitter sparks beautifully in the sun. So Sky's a big fan. You just see her like walking, noticing, like, I'm still glittering. What's there not to love here, guys?
You can see as pieces of glitter as Sky kind of stretches, pieces of glitter just float away from her hair, shining prettily in the sun.
Yeah.
The rivals keep up pace. They don't seem to mind the sun at all. I'd like one of you to roll me a d20.
Who?
I don't care.
Roll.
Come on, guys.
Aerith
That's
is gonna roll this bitch.
That's it.
We're going alphabetically. Ooh.
Okay. Now I have to roll something.
Ah, yes. We are attacked by 11 red dragons.
Yes. We're
Yes.
all for numbers. Julia just rolls for the type of the enemy, you see.
She just rolls like for a random page number in the monster manual.
No, yeah. And because there's so many of you, I just, I skip to the good part. Matarask? And
11 of them.
no, the day seems to go by uneventful. The sun starts to set. To your relief, Dee, as you've had quite enough of it. And as the dust start to fall, you can see in the distance a small fire going.
Like a campfire?
Yes, very much so.
I'll try and like scoop my eyes. Can I see if anyone's hanging around by it?
Roll me a perception check.
Can I also
Okie dokie.
roll a perception?
Of course. You both can see, all of you can see some vague movements, but Hover and Sky, you can see clearly shadows, and Aerith, clearly shadows of people around it.
Okay.
Where's the presence?
There.
Let's approach.
Yeah, I mean, they're just.
Let's not assume.
Yeah, it's probably
Bad
people just
stuff.
making camp on the roadside for the night.
Maybe we can cook some food on the fire too.
Mm.
We should probably be just careful though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You see, as you approach slowly, as you come closer, you guys can see there's a couple of individuals around the campfire, and tents are being set up. And from the from the side of it, however you would realize the quickest, it's the Aurora Watch, the soldiers / police, or the patrols of Jorhas. Usually traveling with your caravans, you would probably avoid them. However, they are set to keep the peace of routes, especially the dangerous ones. They seem to be resting on the side around the campfire.
Hello, officers.
As a law-abiding citizen, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we are just law-abiding citizens on a trip.
As you say hello to them, you can see there's seemingly six people, drow, humans, and orcs, and you can see one of the drows is currently cooking something over the campfire. They tend to say, "Well, hello. Journeying, traveling.
Yeah. Hi.
Road's been good.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
We're
far.
heading south. Is it clear south?
It's been clear for a day or two, I would say. We've been
Okay.
hanging around here just on the outside of Jigo. If anything wanted to,
Yeah.
sneak up.
Yes.
But we've been having a peaceful watch over here.
Okay, that's
You're
good to hear.
welcome to join. You can tell about your travels if you wish to do so. That's kind of a custom, where have you been the furthest, it's the young people that I watch do that to the pastime. You can share a meal with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the extra party we have joining us. If they look like some people who might enjoy sitting down with the guard and having a meal.
Checking out if they're tired.
Yeah.
Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Vibe check.
I'm gonna vibe check this.
They look like they haven't walked a mile, but on a you can see all of them are in pretty good mood. They're smiling. They're seemingly excited. You would think.
Yeah. So they're
Maggie-
ready to move on, right?
No, they. Yeah, you think they could probably walk like 2 days.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
But they're smiling and just hanging about. And Irvin kind of pops out and said, "Well, I don't mind staying for the night here. It's already getting kind of dark. We can set up the camp up the opposite side. Safety in numbers.
Yeah, it will, keep us safer in the night.
Also,
like a
I
good
will
idea.
never say no to a good meal, good pie, anything. And they already have fire, so we don't have to do much."
Cool.
Yeah.
Very compelling argument.
Are you gonna be? Could we Mr. Guardman? Can we set camp here with you?
Of course. And
Great.
it's you can call me by my first name. It's a custom on the road. My name's Harlan.
Yeah. My name's Arif.
Arif.
We'll just go drop off our stuff and set up some tents, and we'll be over with some food.
We'll be up here for a couple of hours, set up watches, and hopefully have a good night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're free to do that. The Io and her friends are setting up their camp close by the guards' tents, and just kind of keeping their tents close-ish.
I mean, we would make our own. I don't know if the rivals have tents. We
They
have one free. We have one free spot. No, we have two free spots.
Two
in the
free
tents.
spots.
We have one free spot.
We have one free spot and one special free spot.
Yeah. One free spot only for AO.
You can set up tents however you feel like, and as you're done, you can see that the your companions of the road have already joined them. Everyone except for Galsariad is there enjoying a meal and good talk. You can see Io talking to the couple of guards with Maggie. Maggie doesn't really say much in this environment. Irvin's you suspect, even though it's been a couple of minutes at most that you've been setting up a tent, he's probably on his second portion of the stew already. As this he truly enjoys it, and is passing around a flask with some liquid inside, most of the guards refuse. With one of them just taking a very small sip and politely returning it.
Who's giving that out?
Irvin.
The stabby boy.
Is it
Arif
poison?
is gonna take the flask and give it a smell when it moves by, and just
Okay. It
Put it
smells
along.
like a very, very hard liquor.
If it reaches Sky, she's gonna take a
Go.
nice sip. out of it.
Arif thoroughly remembers 2 days ago. So
It
it's good.
burns, but it's a good burn. The burn you enjoy, Sky. As it immediately burns and then tickles both the body and the mind. And as you settle yourself around the campfire, Dermot kind of squiggles his way around to be next to you, Havra. And kind of after you eat and stuff, and the conversation splits into smaller groups. Goes both to you. Well, are you guys okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
traveling.
I see your wounds healed up. That's very well. And he kind of like, not asking for permission, kind of takes your hand and checks if a slashing wound has healed. Well, that is great. But I'm talking like mentally wise. Like you've just had a vision, and are you scared?
I mean, I don't think nobody seems particularly scared. For now we are only traveling to Kazakhstan, right? That's like 2 weeks of travel one way.
Yeah, that is true. But if you, I'm here for you, for everyone, for your party, for our party. If you needed anything, it's I'm more than happy to share my services and to pray for you and hope Laxon gives you all of the blessings you need to pursue this.
Thank you, little man. That's
My name's Dermot.
okay.
Did you know that?
Avery just looks at Havra and is like, just like mentally, like you don't call a man little. That's rude.
He is tiny. Dermot.
Dermot. Yes.
I know that. I will try. Yeah.
And he kind of goes around there like, very well. If you needed me, I'm here. Okay.
You have a place to sleep?
Of course, we have tents.
It's just, yeah, okay.
Why?
You seem like a nice fellow. I really enjoy your company.
That is very nice to hear. But I promised Maggie I'll share a tent with her.
Yeah, it's just like we have a free space and we're just letting you know.
Hey, maybe next night you can accompany Aerith. I know that he doesn't like the darkness, so he would
Yeah.
love some company in the night.
It's not so much company, it's just like, among these big people, pointing at Havra, it's nice to both have the short perspective on things.
I don't think my perspective is short.
It's not. I'm not saying that.
Well, but you just said that.
No, their perspective is tall. Our perspective is normal. Damn it. It's all about the mindset, right?
I agree. And if you're afraid of darkness, and if it's true, remember that the Great Laxon gives you a light within yourself that you can shine for you and for others. I'll pray for you tonight.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And he leaves to sit in the back next to Maggie, and they fall into a conversation. Is there anything you'd like to do before heading to bed?
Do we want to establish watches? Who wants to take I can take the first watch.
Are the guards or like I think they're like guards or soldiers or whatever? Are they doing watches?
They are, but I think it would be better if we had our own watches as well, just to be on the safe side. It's not that I don't trust them, but you can't have too many watches.
I have an idea. I think we should do watches. One person from our team, one person from the other team. So,
okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think, just for the sake of brevity, I have a great idea. So first watch would be Aerith with the small guy, the forgot the name already. Dermot, thank you. Second watch, D and Ao, because they get along so well. Third watch, Havra and Maggie. And fourth one, I'll take it with, I guess, Irvin?
I mean, wouldn't Havra and Irvin more, aligned I mean, they've already stabbed each other, so it's like they have something to talk about. Is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it's
yes.
it's
The
difficult
night
for
is
Havra to fall asleep on the
faster.
watch, right?
Yeah, I think this is perfect. Like, any disagreements?
Are we sure we want the
Look, no,
you
it's
want
understandable. You know, it's probably the worst pairing, so I'll take the sacrifice tonight, and I'll.
I mean, I can
Thank
just
you,
sit
dear.
with
No,
So
no,
Bloom.
it's okay. I don't mind that much.
I insist that I take that watch with
I
Bloom.
No!
insist that I take that watch.
Havra, this is not up for discussion. I'm sorry. You can make
Okay.
any request for the next night. But this night, it's my duty to distribute the watches. Thank you.
So
It's
I will
probably
just
best to have the
wake
keenest
you up
pair of
for
eyes on the most suspicious individual in their group. No disrespect to you, however, I just mean, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right.
Enjoy your watch, kiddo.
I promise you I won't.
So the Ios party starts to head off to bed, and the general discussions at the campsite die down a bit, and until there's only one guard left, seemingly taking the first watch.
Oh, yeah, we need to tell them that we're doing this double watch
Yes,
thing.
we
As
yes.
they're heading into their tents, I'll be like, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
Well, most of us are setting to bed. One person will take watch, right?
That's
Yeah.
gotta say, considering you know, how you guys are claiming to be, you know, pretty good at what you do, it's pretty interesting to see this lack of caution being exhibited by your party leader, you know. It's okay.
It's
We're
God,
here.
bro.
We can cover for it. We've made plans to have watches.
And also,
Well, what
I
I
think it will
said,
be.
says Io, is that one person will take watch. I mean, from us.
Mm, Aya, don't worry. We have a great plan. So I think that it's very important for both of our parties to really get to know each other better without any biases that may have formed earlier. So
No
we have
accidental
already a
stabbings.
plan for watches, and Sky is gonna repeat the watch arrangements she already made, and she thinks it's perfect.
It's non-negotiable.
I think it is very negotiable, not that
It's
we're here to.
it's now the fourth condition.
So Ao, I would say that me having the first watch with them on is not negotiable. But everything else, it's on the table. You can negotiate
See,
that.
as a
All I
group
care.
that claims to be better coordinate that we are, you're not keeping your story straight, even standing in front of us. We're gonna take watch, and as a show of good faith, this night we will stick to your schedule, maybe. But
Amazing.
going on, I know very well this is negotiable, and we'll leave it at that. And I would love to say I can't wait to see you in a couple of hours.
Erif is gonna be overjoyed and just basically go grab the goblin and just bring him out.
I feel like after this night, there will be no need for negotiations.
Yeah.
Just marriage therapy.
Just
Have,
have it. We have exactly one ring, and somebody is getting engaged.
The Houdini ring. So they can
Erif,
disappear.
Erif just sits there all night looking at the ring, like putting up courage. No.
So the
Okay,
first,
Hava is
yeah, go ahead.
Hava is just essentially as she is like listening to the very important discussion winding down. She's okay. Wake me up for third watch,
I will.
and I'm going to wake up pretty for fourth one, and then you guys figure it out. Night night.
Good night.
Yes.
And she crawls into one of the tents of our tents.
the first watch begins. Dermot is entertaining your conversation for a while. He is very sweet and stuff, but at some time he kind of tends to his own business. He's very diligent to make sure that he looks around at least once every 15 minutes, almost on the spot. Do a whole scan of the stuff. He invites you to sit, over the where the other guard is sitting.
Yeah.
And spend the watch there.
Yes, absolutely.
Roll me a perception check.
Where's my mouse? Where the fuck is my cursor? Oh, there we are. Okay. I legit couldn't find it.
The night is very quiet here. The sounds, the only sounds you can hear are basically breaths of your companions, of the guards, and the slow crickling of the now gentle campfire. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It's just a night on an empty land.
Yep.
Your watch goes uneventful. But just before you go to wake up Dee, and Dermot was standing up to go wake up Io. She comes out of the tent, first taking a spot on the bench, tapping him on the shoulder and saying, "Well, have a good rest, my friend." And you as well. Aerith. It was.
Yeah, sure. Good watch. And Aerith is just gonna walk off as a zombie because he's tired AF.
Remember, Laxon, light within you. Don't be scared of the darkness.
I will try not to be.
A nod.
Thanks.
And leaves to his tent. I assume you wake Dee up.
I hope so.
Do you?
Could he forget? Can I roll for this?
Sure. You decide. You can roll a 50-50, you can roll whatever.
Everything below 50 and Aerith forgets it. Yeah, he forgets it.
We are professionals.
I mean, this is something Aerith would forget.
Very well. Let me roll some stuff.
Yes. I just fucked everything up.
Very well. You wake up in the morning. As there's a small, I don't know if you can knock on a tent, but kind of wiggling of the tent of someone trying to get your attention. And you can hear the very cheerful voice of Io. Breakfast, anyone? As it is the next morning.
Yeah.
We lived.
You realize immediately, Aerith, that you have not woken them up.
When you get this like feeling where your stomach just sinks and you've forgotten something important, I would suspect Aerith gets this feeling in the morning.
Yep.
And would be shocked awake basically, and get dressed and go over to Dee's tent and wake up Dee. Dee, you in there?
Yes.
Yeah, so you probably noticed it's quite like bright
I open
outside.
the flap of the tent and step outside and just look down.
So you see, yesterday I had such a good time with the month at the fire that I maybe forgot to wake you up.
Maybe.
But we're all good. I still got all arms and legs. Like we made it through the night. and you didn't have to spend any, any time unnecessarily with AO. I know I forgot, but it's not all bad.
In a hushed tone, listen, I do not want to spend any time with Ao, but I think it is incredibly important that we don't afford her any time where she is allowed to act without being watched. She had
Arts for watching them.
plenty of time for that last night because of what you forgot to do.
I mean,
Listen,
the guards were
it's okay.
there.
Sure, but they don't know her the same way that we know her.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So I see. This is this.
Look, I'm a little
Yeah.
bit
I'm
disappointed,
I'm so
but
sorry. This
listen,
is
it's
this
okay.
is this is
You get
usually not how it's yeah.
it's fine. You get this mistake for free.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I will. Yes, I will not forget.
It's all good. You seem like a reliable sort, you were very keen to make sure that house that you knocked down was fixed. I'm sure you fix your mistakes, so I'm sure you'll fix this one.
I will certainly do my best.
Great. I'm glad we had this chat.
Did you sleep well though?
What?
I slept well. Uh, then I woke up and remembered that we're here with them.
Yeah. I slept like a baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Slept very well.
It's fine. It's fine. She's
You
saying
all
that
feel
more to
well.
herself than you.
You all feel
Wake up just nice.
well and well rested. Uh, Everyone can roll me a d10, please.
Ooh, is
Definitely
this the
not.
number of?
This is the
Very
number
well.
of stab wounds we suffered in the night.
Exactly.
What?
Yes.
You wake up feeling quite well. Some of you rested better than the others. But thanks to the very, very nutritious meal you shared with the guards yesterday, those are your temporary hit points for today.
Ooh.
Oh,
So you
Ooh.
gain those temporary hit points as the guards share a breakfast with you. The Io's party has already eaten, and their tents are packed, and they are ready to go. But they're patiently waiting for you guys to wake up, get breakfast, gather all of your stuff. Io has the biggest smile you've seen on her, but she doesn't say much. Dermot will help you gather stuff if needed. And you can be on your way if you wish to do so.
yep.
Yeah.
So you start another day of this very, very long journey. And there is no sun today. The sky is gloom. And as soon as you leave the jovial atmosphere at the watch, the emptiness comes back to you. There's not much more here than your own voices, that the conversations you make. And it is a weird and odd atmosphere for a lot of you.
This reminds me of
Some
home.
of you enjoy it. What?
Just
Reminds me
remarks
of-
to herself. This reminds me of home.
It smells like midnight rains. Does it? um, you're surrounded by sand, or there's red stone on this road, but you follow through. You march another day. Io and her friends keep mostly to themselves. They will entertain you with like conversations. Most of them. Galsaria will dodge um, any attempt if anyone would want to speak with him. But otherwise, Maggie is not saying much again. She's actually carrying Dermot's. Dermot has on a piggyback ride for a while at this walk, and you march on through. You march half of the day, a bit more, another hour that gets you further into the journey. Then in the road ahead, initially you think you see another watch post, another campsite slowly burning out. But after that initial good feeling of another safe spot to stop for a meal, to talk to someone other than your party and the party you do not wish to speak to, some of them at least, you notice that there is no movement there. The campsite seems to be perfectly still. Roll me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
No vibes.
Uh-oh. Thinky.
Sky. Even if you don't see shit.
Sure.
This is bad weather. You see, used to sun in this time of, the calculations are not well.
Yeah.
You're still pretty excited. You're gonna get another good meal.
Yeah.
Have empty. You don't spot anyone in there. It's like it's almost empty, but the fire is still burning, and it doesn't look all right. Well, Sky, as you minding your own business for a bit, but you see them looking in the distance, and whenever you look through, you immediately see not only there's no movement, but you notice bodies lying motionless around the campfire.
Do they look dead in a sense of like is there any blood, any signs of violence that I can see?
You don't see blood, but what you can see is a pool of black ichor slowly spreading. And you can see now what you thought was just a piece of scenery, a piece of stone, seemed to be semi-dissolved creature.
I just turn around to my party and be like, guys, I don't think we should approach this. And Sky's just gonna tell everything they saw.
What if there are survivors we didn't see?
Well, there definitely seems to be some sort of danger that affected those people. So just if you want to approach it, fine. But all I'm saying, we have to be very cautious about it.
Okay.
Cautious we can do. Cautious is doable.
All right, so he cautiously want to approach.
I'm gonna keep a decent-ish distance back.
Okay.
Maybe about 100 feet back on maybe some sort of vantage point, if possible. And I'm just gonna have my longbow ready.
It's extremely flat, and actually there's spikes in between. So you can hide behind one of them, but you won't have a high ground.
Except I will walk up the spike and just stand on it with my feet, with my bow ready.
You're not very hidden then, but
That's
you
fine.
are.
I'm not trying to hide as such. I just want to have a good sight over
right.
the camp.
All right.
I would like to.
Also gonna stay back, but not as far back as to somewhere in the middle, in a sense, because she's seen what's there, and like Sky is not too keen on going close to that.
Like the Iowan friends saw that Eve immediately stopped, and as they look into the distance, Galsariot seems to notice what you're talking about and says, "Very well. Irvin, are you our lookout?" And Irvin, who was eating another piece of God knows where procured rations, shrugs, pockets it, says, "Sure, whatever," and kind of positions himself in your vicinity to also scout out the area. You can see that Io also steps forward and says, "Well, I'll accompany you as well." strength in the numbers, remember?
Yeah.
And the rest of the party is gonna hang a bit back, not too far out, but stuff. So you slowly approach set things with Irvin and Io, and I'm gonna roll some stuff. Are you stealthy?
What?
Yes.
Are you being
Stealthing?
stealthy?
Yes.
Amazing.
I would like to cast a spell before
Sure.
we go into this. I will just cast the Hammer of Agathis.
Okay, that's very fair. Features.
Oh no.
It's
I see.
I just
And
roll that. I'll roll stealth towards it.
Huh. To be fair to you, there's not many spaces to hide behind. Here and there are spikes, but there's a reason why this camp was so easy to spot. There's nothing around. And as you approach, slowly but surely, you can see, you can barely spot him, Sky Indy. Irvin seems to be doing the best job out of covering his tracks and walking up stealthily as he pulls a bit ahead. The other of you, Io, Sky, Aerith, you're on a similar level. No, sorry, Aerith. Oh, it's Armus of Agaton. Sky. What was your check? D, you're not stealthing, right?
No, I'm just staying back on this spike.
Okay. I'll put you from a different side just because of how the map is created, but we'll assume you just climbed there while they were walking. You'll be far away, don't worry. And then Havra.
No.
The stealthing's just not for you, and you trip over one of the very very succulents here that stings your foot, making you procure a pretty significant sound, not of pain but like discomfort and kind of annoyance as you almost kick the cactus, but remember that it's gonna hurt more. So you hurt yourself, but the stealth part is past you. And as you do that, you're almost at the site, and I'll put you over here. As this is how you approach it. You can see the corpses on the ground.
Yeah.
And the big demon slowly dissolving to the black ichor that babbles. There's no movement.
Is this map should be like? Is there something on the map?
Do you not?
No, there's a token. But
I just see
there are
tokens
things.
and gray background.
Oh yeah,
No,
I got
there's
that sometimes.
There's a map.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
just reloaded, I guess.
Can you see it all, like the whole square kind of thingy, or just a?
Yeah, I
vision
could see
of
the
it?
squares, just not the map.
Okay.
I can see.
Oh, now
this.
there it is.
Yeah,
I reloaded
that's
and I have
what.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna. I don't know. Can I roll
Is
a
there?
perception check or an insight check or anything?
I mean,
Do
Can
I
I-
know
oh.
what creature this is, or can I figure out what it is?
Roll me either Arcana or History. Anyone that sees those, which is everyone, can roll me Arcana or History.
Okay.
I can roll like history, sure.
Being from around, you never seen one.
Hmm.
None of you. You recognize it's one of the demons that must have crawled out of the abyss. You heard of them. Some people refer to them as the stench demons, as the smell that comes to you eventually as you stand nearby is just terrible. It smells vile. It's almost unbearable to the point that the first time you feel it up to your nostrils, you want to retch instinctively. You don't know its full name though.
Okay.
It's one of the demons. It seems to be dead and
I
dissolved.
have because they're like corpses and one is pretty close, like
Yeah.
here-ish, there's a boy. Do they have like uniforms? Do they look like, I don't know, the guards that would be patrolling, or just some unlucky fools that look demons?
Precisely, they look like guards. You can see the remnants. They're all covered with the ichorish, the substance. The uniforms are not that visible, but you can recognize them. It's another patrol of the Aurora Watch, of the soldiers that are protecting these grounds.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I guess it's time to walk up a little closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like any movement? Is anybody seemingly alive?
I think at this point, Aerith is just gonna cautiously approach,
Yeah, like slowly.
Roll
like
me
with Navra here.
a perception check, please.
Yes.
Perception.
Something.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There seemingly is not any movement. No one seems to be alive. And as you approach the first soldier lying next to you, it's a female drow with a pained expression on her face. And as you focus on checking if she's alive, you now hear a tiny bit of movements. As when you turn around, two demons or shadows of ones that were hiding within that black ichor, lunge out towards you. And this is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Wonderful. I mean, so far so good. Nobody died. Io did not stab us in the back in the night.
Which is more than we could ask for.